In the bench press, the shoulder joint is being accommodated in a very in a natural manner. The joints are moving very freely according to the person's anatomical condition, anatomical features, and there is no restrictive movement on the shoulder joint. But here in Smith machine bench press, the movement will be in a very straight line. Let's do the demonstration. Just a moment. You need to put up. No. You get up for a while. Next to each other. That will be fine. Lie down. Here, the grip, everything will be the same as earlier. Go put up. Now, okay. Now bring it down. See, if you can see the movement from the side, though it looks like a bench press, normal bench press, but as the bar is being guided by a rod, it's moving in a very straight line. And the joints have got limited space to move. The shoulder joint has got limited space to move in the glenoid fossa. So that's why this is called the linear motion, rectilinear motion. Sorry, means the bench press, though it's the bench press, it's moving in a very straight line. So the muscles will be stimulated differently. Just for a new shock to the muscles, because to change the neuromuscular efficiency, if you go on stressing the muscle fibers in the same manner every time, they will not respond because of adaptation. And if you change the order of exercise, and those muscle fibers which are not being stimulated through bench press after doing it for quite a long time, then if you change the movement in a sudden manner, those untouched muscle fibers, those untouched motor units, those muscle fibers which is not being stimulated by doing bench press because of adaptation, they will get stimulated in the Smith machine bench press. So bench press, barbell flat bench press is far better beneficial than Smith machine bench press because they accommodate the joints in a normal manner, and it causes less injury. And Smith machine is also very good, but as I have said, that it restricts the movement of the joints on the shoulder joint especially, so you have to do it proper portion and don't use too much of heavy weights for safety. Next, as you have seen that this is a kind of exercise which is done with bar. Now we will be doing this movement in the dumbbell. Take 2 dumbbells. Though it hits the same pectoralis major muscle fibers, we will be doing it with dumbbells. See, here in this movement, you will be seeing the elbows are extended and the dumbbells are also being straightened at the top, but 2 motions are occurring. The motion is occurring in transverse plane. From the side, dumbbells are moving in a slight linear path, and from this side also the dumbbells are moving in a curvilinear path. It means 2 motions are involved here. Whenever in kinesiology, according to kinesiology, when there is 2 movements involved, 2 motions involved, that is basically called general plane motion. So dumbbell bench press involves 2 motions, that's why it is called general plane motion. Okay? And it hits the muscle fibers in a slightly different manner. Okay? And those shoulder joint muscles, suppose the rotator cuff muscle which stabilizes the joint, they are also being involved in a very efficient manner. And one can use heavy weights if he is in doing weight training for quite a long time. This exercise is not for beginners, and it needs a lot of stability and balance. So just for a new stimulation to the pectoralis muscle, you can do dumbbell chest press. Either 3 of these, either bench press or Smith machine bench press or dumbbell bench press. All of these 3 exercises in the same group of muscle groups, but I have seen in many gyms that people doing the same kind of movements for the same muscle groups in the same plane and angle. This is called the transverse plane, and people doing 3 exercises in the same plane using 3 different equipments is a waste of time. It's just like you are having a ball of noodle with hand, with a fork, and again with Chinese chopsticks. It's a waste of time. Don't waste your time and don't do more than 3 sets because we have got 3 different kinds of muscle fibers in our body. So according to the order of muscle fiber equipment, you have to start the exercise with first set as a warm-up, which will hit the low threshold motor units. Second, the intermediate fibers, which is basically called the intermediate fibers, like basically called the like type 2A, and finally the muscle fibers, which are basically called the type 2X. Earlier it was called like type 2B muscle fibers. Now it's called type 2X. They are basically having more of a tendency of growing in a bigger manner, means for hypertrophy and bodybuilding. So do 3 sets of exercise for a particular movement in a particular plane, either using barbell, dumbbell or a split machine, especially for pectoral displacement. And finally, this is called the transverse extension. We are extending our elbow joint, right? Increasing the angle of 2 joints. Now, a question arises is that why do we do dumbbell flies also for the pectoralis muscle? Though we have done this exercise for the pectoralis major, why do we do dumbbell flies? Because the pectoralis major muscle works in 2 different planes. It can be stimulated through 2 different planes. One is through transverse extension also, the pectoralis muscles get contracted eccentrically and concentrically. And while doing flies also, which is basically called the transverse abduction, the pectoralis muscles get stretched eccentrically and concentrically. So you have to add at least 2 kinds of exercise in the intermediate level, basically, to hit the muscle groups from all directions and to stimulate the muscle fibers. Because our main aim and objective is to increase the lean muscle group, right? Increase the lean muscle mass for hypertrophy and strength. So now we'll be doing the dumbbell flies. You have to imagine a big arc, wide arc. It's like having a big bag. It's like having a big barrel. You cannot do the movement like this. Otherwise, it will again become transverse extension. If you bring the dumbbell in a wide arc, you have to see that he is bringing in an arc. And if he presses it directly, when you start pressing, it will become dumbbell press. This is dumbbell press, and again do flies. So this is dumbbell flies. Okay. So it also hits the pectoralis muscle. It is a single joint exercise. The other 2 exercises are double joint exercise. They are also called multi-joint exercise or compound movement because more than 2 joints are involved. Elbow joint, shoulder joint, and the wrist joint. Here only 1 joint is involved. Single joint. That's why always remember, don't use too much of heavier weights in this exercise, and nobody can use as much as heavy weights like other 2 exercises because they are multi-joint exercise and supported by 2 joints, so you can lift heavy. And always remember to be on the safer side, don't use too much of heavy weights during isolation movement or basically called the single joint exercises. So guys, that's all for today. And in our next episode, we'll be discussing about like back exercises. And like regularly I'll be posting some new videos in every just to make you know, give you more information on exercise, strengthening exercises. Thank you.